What's going on? What's going on? Keep pounding nation. Welcome to another Carolina Panthers talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, I had to get on here and give my thoughts about the recent news in regards to the Carolina Panthers stadium renovations for Bank of America Stadium. First off, I want to remind everybody to be sure to check out Game Beauty. Link is in the description. Do some shopping for some video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. And before you make that purchase, be sure you add in that promo code Blitzball_champ, all in capitalization, for 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that. Nice little discount. Hey, it all counts. Anyway, so the Charlotte City Council has given the nod of approval for the Carolina Panthers stadium renovation plan. Also, we'll put a couple of links of information in the description, so be sure you check that out when y'all get a chance. So, looking at the article on ESPN.com, says a couple of things. Check this out. It says the Carolina Panthers are staying in Charlotte for the foreseeable future. The Charlotte City Council voted Monday night to approve a joint $800 million stadium renovation plan with the Panthers that ties the NFL team to the city for the next 20 years. Under the policy document, the city will pay $650 million. Let me read that number again. $650 million toward the renovation of Bank of America Stadium. And in return for the Panthers owner, David Tepper, keeping the team in Charlotte through 2045. And then David Tepper himself will pay the remaining $150 million up front. He has already invested more than $117 million in stadium upgrades, and also has agreed to another estimated $421 million in potential overages for capital improvements over the term of the deal. The city's investment would be funded by existing hospitality and tourism tax resources, which are required by the state to be spent on projects to support the city's tourism economy. And apparently the vote passed by a margin of 7-3. 7-3. So there's a couple of quotes in here as well. So the statement from David Tepper, it says, for nearly 30 years, Charlotte has been the home of the Carolina Panthers, and more recently, Charlotte FC, Tepper said. We are proud to be in the Carolinas and look forward to delivering a venue that meets the needs of our community, players, and fans for years to come. Councilman Malcolm Graham acknowledged that some members of the council had trust issues with Tepper, which is understandable, after his previous deals for a Panthers practice facility in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and a practice facility for the Major League Soccer team, Charlotte FC, in Charlotte, both fell through. But Graham voted yes, saying it is a forward-thinking initiative that aligns with Charlotte's future. Councilmember Tijuana Brown voted no because of the lack of transparency on the deal and Tepper's reputation. She says it sounds good. It sounds real good until we get Mr. Tepper angry, and then he might throw something at the city council. Oh, that's funny, Brown said, a reference to Tepper throwing a drink on a fan during an away game last year. The behavior of someone asking for $650 million is ridiculous. I mean, makes a point there. I'm just saying. Says the Panthers have struggled since Tepper purchased the team in 2018, compiling a 31-68 record while going through 6 head coaches. The Panthers finished a league worse 2-15 last season, 1 year after drafting quarterback Bryce with the number 1 pick. Oops, excuse me. But in the end, the council did not want to risk potentially losing the Panthers, although Tepper has given no indication he might considering moving the team to another city. Jonathan Stewart, former Panthers running back, is one of the ones who spoke in favor of the stadium renovations, telling the council to embrace this opportunity to let Queen City shine brighter even more so than it did in 2015, the year that Carolina went to the Super Bowl, which was Super Bowl 50. But yeah, Bank of America Stadium opened at 96. And is now considered one of the older stadiums in the league. And apparently the target date for the renovations are expected to be completed by 2029. So by 2029. Among the improvements, so some examples of what the improvements are. Upgraded video and audio systems, modernized infrastructure, redesigned concourses, unique social areas with skyline views and exterior spaces for community gatherings and programming. There will be a new seating installed throughout the bowl of the stadium, and there will be improved accessibility throughout the facility, designed and constructed in a way that allows individuals with a range of disabilities to have access without barriers. They're going to upgrade the restrooms. The South Pavilion area will be reimagined as a community gathering spot, an outdoor classroom on game days and non-event days. Also, they're going to be upgrading the stadium safety and security enhancements with improved lighting. Let's see. A reduction of the impact on the environment and demand on city infrastructure through modernization of the building systems, mechanical, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, stuff like that. Let's see. But yeah, fixed investment of $650 million from the city of Charlotte. A total investment of $688+ million by Tepper Sports and Entertainment, including $117 million that was invested prior to June 2024, an estimated $571 million, which $150 million towards the renovation plus potential overages, and an estimated $421 million for capital improvements over the term of the deal. So, here's the thing I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand about this. So, two things. One, I feel like the timing of this is kind of awkward, especially considering this team, this franchise, is coming off a 2-15 season. And you know what? One of the things that wasn't mentioned? Turf. Changing out the turf. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why not. It's already pretty awkward. As was mentioned, the previous attempts at practice facilities for the Charlotte FC and practice facility in Rock Hill fell through. So there's that. But I just really feel like the timing of this, like coming off a 2-15 season, and folks are talking about stadium upgrades now. Like, I don't know. That's just really weird timing. And secondly, this is the big red flag to me. This is the huge red flag of it all. So, David Tepper wants $650 million to be paid for by the city of Charlotte toward these renovations, even though you are the second wealthiest owner in the NFL. Your net worth is over $20 billion. That's right, $20 billion. You mean to tell me you can't pay for this yourself? You can't just fund this yourself, Mr. Tepper? And you want the city of Charlotte to spot you $650 million toward these renovations. Not to mention, according to Forbes, you're in the top 100 of the most wealthiest people in the nation, or probably even in the world. I mean, I don't know about maybe in the world, but you're the second wealthiest owner in the NFL. Like, you mean to tell me you can't spot this money yourself? You're unwilling to do that when your net worth is an estimated $20 billion? I'm sorry, y'all, but that bothers me. That bothers me. Especially with this being the owner. That bothers me. That really bothers me. I'm not saying $650 million is pocket change, but dude, your net worth is $20 billion. Anyway, it don't look right. It just really looks, how he's going about this, it doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit well. But the proposal went through. It was a pass. It was voted a pass, so. But, I mean, the saving grace of it is the stadium and the team stays in Charlotte for at least 20 more years. That's the saving grace of it. And you know what? I'm gonna talk about this because I know me and some folks have talked about this. But I'll just go ahead and give my opinion on this. So, bonus topics while we're at it. So, I know that a lot of folks are upset with the media when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. A lot of folks are upset with the media because a lot of the media is putting disrespect on our names, ranking, certain positions of our team near the bottom, things like that. Whether it's offense, whether it's receivers, whether it's Bryce Young, just whoever. Just low bottom of the ranks, low expectations, and whatnot. And all I'm going to say is this. Why are y'all surprised? What the heck did you think the media was going to do when you're coming off a 2-15 season? Like, we need to seriously stop, number one, being so surprised with what the media is saying in response to how the franchise has been doing. And secondly, we need to flesh that out of our minds. We need to focus and have some hope that this team can turn things around. And we got to start focusing on that. We can't keep feeding and letting what the media say just bother us so much. Because at the end of the day, they have a point. Look at how trash this team was last season. Do they not have a case? Do they not have a case? I'm just saying. You really can't be surprised that the media is saying what they're saying. I'm just saying. Also, let's keep it real. There's going to be a lot of pressure on two specific individuals. Number one, Bryce Young. Can Bryce Young bounce back and have an incredible sophomore season? There's going to be a lot of pressure on him. But I think it is safe to say that the offense, on paper, looks better. But it's really going to come down to execution. It's going to come down to execution. Secondly, Dave Canales, the head coach. I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. Now, I'll say this with Dave Canales. And like I said, shout out to David Screws, one of my subscribers, one of my friends. I know we discussed this quite a bit, who's quite an advocate for Dave Canales. Shout out to you. But I just wanted to say, when it comes to Dave Canales, yes, I believe there's a lot of pressure on him as well as on Bryce Young. Here's the thing. In my honest opinion, I really like that Dave Canales is a very hands-on, go-get-em type of guy. I definitely like his attitude. I like his eagerness to want to accept such a position as, the head coach of a team that's coming off a really bad string of seasons. Not just last season, but coming off a string of bad seasons since 2018. So that's a big step for anybody to take, even with Dave Canales taking this on. But I can appreciate that. I can appreciate him accepting this challenge, because it is going to be a challenge. I like what I've seen and I've heard about him so far, but at the end of the day, we have to also keep in mind that this is his first head coaching gig. This is his first. Yes, I understand he came from under the tree of Pete Carroll. I understand that. Not a bad tree to be under, that's for sure. But here's the thing that we have to keep in mind. we have to also understand that there have been plenty of head coaches out there that are great coordinators and positional coaches, but have never been great head coaches. And the record is evidence. I hate to say it. But the record is evidence. You know? It's just... And it's okay. It's okay. I mean, that happens. I mean, Matt Patricia. Great coordinator, terrible head coach. Chip Kelly. Great coordinator, terrible head coach. Well, mainly in the NFL. Did better in college. Definitely did better in college. But for the most part, better coordinator. You know, that's another example. Heck, Hugh Jackson. That's another one. Great coordinator, terrible head coaching record. You know, I love Steve Wilkes. Great defensive coordinator, but let's keep it real. His record as a head coach, not that great. It's not. And we just gotta learn to understand that there is a chance that the same thing could happen with Dave Canales. I really, really hope it doesn't. But there's a chance. And like I said, history just shows that there are some coordinators that are phenomenal coordinators that have just never been great head coaches. And like I said, that's okay. That's going to happen. It's okay. Now, I understand this is his first year. You know, we'll see how it goes. You know, give him a couple of years, perhaps 2 or 3. We'll see how it goes. But all I'm saying is hope for the best, be prepared for the worst, and that could be a possibility. That he could be a great coordinator and just doesn't end up being a great coach. It is what it is. Not to mention, you know, a lot of pressure on him for the sake of, I mean, look what he's got to be working with. Helping to turn not only a franchise around that's coming off a 2-15 record, but to also help turn an offense around that was near bottom of the barrel last season. You know, that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. And not to mention, we got to remember what we're talking about. This is the NFL. It's not meant to be easy. This is the NFL, where the best play. And not only that, this ain't Madden either. It don't work that way either. I'm just saying, I'm just being realistic about it. And the only thing that I can say is just be careful where you set your expectations, especially for this upcoming season and maybe the next few seasons. Especially when it comes to Dave Canales. Because like I said, I'm not going to jump to conclusion yet. I don't know if he's going to be a good coach. I don't know if he's going to be a bad coach. This is his first head coaching gig. I hope he turns out great. You know, he could end up surpassing Ron Rivera or John Fox. You know, that'd be cool. I wouldn't hate on that. But we'll have to see. And I'm not going to crown him yet. Do I see potential? Absolutely. Do I like his attitude? Absolutely. Am I starting to like what he's bringing to the table, especially with what he did in Tampa Bay? Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, I need to see execution. I need to see execution. That's what it's really going to come down to, y'all. But like I said, I give Dave Canales a lot of credit for taking this job on. You know? Being the head coach of the Carolina Panthers coming off a 2-15 season, I'm sure is not attractive to a lot of, you know, head coaching candidates out there. I'm just saying. But, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how Dave Canales does with this team. I think Dan Morgan has done a great job. And you know what? I'm not going to set my expectations so high, especially coming off a 2-15 season, because I really don't expect things to be fixed all in this one season. I mean, if it does, then that would be very impressive, and would be like abnormal. But hey, anything's possible. But that's just not the expectation. I just don't see that as an expectation that I would have. You know? I'm just saying, coming off a 2-15 record, having an offense near the bottom of the barrel. I'm just saying. But yeah, I just had to get that out because I know a lot of that's been talked about, and just, you know, I wanted to get a chance to actually share my thoughts on that. But if anything, though, I'm just really disappointed with just David Tepper. And it's just like, you would think this dude would have just forked over the money for this renovation plan, being the second wealthiest owner in the NFL and in the top 100 most wealthiest people on Forbes. Like, just whatever. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, that's all I got. Don't forget to check out those links in the description for each of that information on the renovation plan. Also, do some shopping at Game Beauty if you like. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the announcement that the renovation plan got approved. How do y'all feel about it? And also, what are your expectations for this upcoming season? How do you feel about Bryce Young? How do you feel about Coach Dave Canales' first head coaching gig? How do you think he'll do? Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Carolina Panthers talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm Jason Ingram. Keep pounding, and I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream. Peace.